Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on XRP. What I was doing, guys, in my last few videos, I was taking a little poll of basically people commenting down low what coins they wanted me to cover, and XRP was one of the top 5. So we're going to start adding this one in, once a week, twice a week, something like that. We'll just track it. As you know, this coin is very volatile, so it's a great coin to trade, guys. You really do want to keep it on your radar. So we'll get into that. If you want me to do these XRPs and you really like them, guys, smash that like button. Tell me down low in the comments. And if you guys continue to like these, we'll just continue to bring them to you. So I appreciate being here with you today. Happy Friday to each and every one of you, and we'll dig into this. So what I'm seeing that's most important for XRP, guys, we're finally back up above that 200-day moving average on the one-day chart. And my 200-day moving average here, that's in pink. And guys, typically that's the longer-term investor moving average that you want to pay attention to. For us to get into that bull market and for us to be strong into that bull market, we need higher highs and higher lows on top of that 200-day moving average, guys. And we are below it for almost a year. So the fact that we're now up above it is a great thing. We want to continue to hold that. We don't want to drop back below it to where that 200 will start acting as overhead resistance again, because we can get in a lot of trouble with that, guys. So right now we really need to stay up above that. Another thing that I'm paying attention to is that XRP had a trend line break here. You guys know I'm really big on trend lines. Whenever they break, guys, you can make gains anywhere from 10 up to 50% or more. So you really want to pay attention to the trend line breaks. And what we had here, we had lower highs, guys, that were taking place, and this is the break that we had out of that trend line. Do you see that beautiful candle on big volume? That's exactly what you want to see out of a trend line break. Now what we're having here, though, guys, we broke out and we ended up going, I'll get the percentage here for you just to show you how this works. So from where we broke out, we end up going up almost 28% on that breakout. And then what happened was guys took profits, and now what we're doing is back testing this trend line. So there's a potential here, guys, for an actual bounce off this trend line again. A lot of the times you'll have these breakouts, we'll come back to it within about 11 days is typically when you'll see that throwback. If we do have it, guys, it's about 50-50 whether you're going to get one or not. Sometimes they can just break out and keep running. Other times you will have this throwback onto it. But right now we're going to see if we do get a bounce off here and continue to make a higher high. That's what it's all about now, guys, is higher highs and higher lows. That's what we want to see. And what we're looking at now is a close today. We want to see a close higher than yesterday's candle. Remember, we always want the closes on top of each other when we're trying to move up in that uptrend there, guys. What we're also doing is back testing this 20 EMA, which has been very strong support for Bitcoin, Litecoin, many of these coins. In an uptrend, the 20 acts as great support, and in a downtrend it acts as very strong resistance. And right now, guys, that's also on this trend line. So we're actually looking for a little bit of a move out of here. So our first target would probably be up here, guys, around 42 cents to the upside. And then it would be right up here around 45 cents. Now I'm going off the real bodies is where I'm looking at the support and resistance, guys, just so we can really get those closes and pinpoint that down. Now if we were to roll over, I would look for that 20 EMA around that 37 cents to the downside. And then, guys, ultimately this 200-day moving average at 34 cents. We do not want to drop back below that. I promise you we don't, guys. But another good thing what we're looking at is potential cross of this 50 and this 200-day moving average. We're not there yet, but we do have a potential for a golden cross if XRP can keep this moving right there. And if we do get that golden cross, that's what could push us up higher right there, my friends. Another thing what we're looking at is the stock RSI at 25 and 32 right there. So we're starting to get that oversold territory. So what we're going to be looking for is this blue line to start to get some type of a hook and see if we can get up over top of that signal line, looking like down in here for one of those bullish crosses. So there's plenty of room to run to the upside on the stock RSI, guys, and that's a good thing. The next thing we want to look at is our MACD. We're going to go through a few indicators and oscillators. And like I said, guys, if you like XRP, smash that like button. Let me know down low. Love to hear all your opinions of it. And tell me if you guys like trading it or if you believe it's a good long-term investment. I want to know your opinion down low. So next here, guys, on the MACD, you can see the histogram was ticking to the negative. That's obviously taken all this move to the downside into factor. And then also it's looking like we have a potential MACD cross to the downside, guys. They're kind of kissing right now. We started to get that little hook to the downside like we were going to get a bear's cross, but we can always just move sideways for a while. You can see over here how we were kissing moving sideways for a while. So we got to keep our eye on that MACD. Next one, we're going to go to our RSI, or our Relative Strength Index. And with our RSI, guys, we're at 56 right now, so that's looking good. We're right in that neutral territory. That's exactly where you want to be for a move to the upside. And also, we're holding these higher lows, guys. It's just going to be a rough little trend line here I'm drawing for you. But right there, these are the higher lows on the RSI that we need to see hold. Let me fix that just a little bit. Right there, guys. So I'd be fine with a pullback anywhere onto this, but we do want to see this hold. We don't want to start having breaks down that, guys, because that's your higher lows right there, and that's very important, is to keep those higher lows. Then the next one we're going to do is our Bollinger Bands. Alright guys, with the Bollinger Bands, we're basically sitting a little bit above that middle band, nothing too crazy. We're not overextended to the upside or to the downside, so Bollinger Bands aren't telling us a ton right now, just more in that middle space with the possibility for another move to the upside or the downside there. So Bollinger Bands aren't doing a ton for us. And guys, that's the thing, they're just more so to show you, like here, how we got outside of that band. That will show you that most likely we're going to have some type of retracement or a pullback, okay? And then the last one I wanted to go over was our Fibonacci, and just look to see if this was a significant spot where we are getting a bounce right now. And what we're going to do is go from this move right here, guys, the bottom there, so our low to our swing high. And you can see right in this range here, we're floating between the 0.618, which is a typical spot to get a bounce, in that 50. So if we close up above that 50 tonight, that's going to be another good sign that we could potentially go up here to that 0.382, and that's going to be around that 40 cents. And then the next stop would be around that 43 cent region, guys. And remember, with XRP and all this, all these coins that are basically valued in cents, you have to look at, it's all about the percentage term that you're trying to gain here. So a move from where we're at here up to the 0.236, that's a strong move, guys. That's actually, let's see in percentage terms. Let's take a look at this just so you know. So from where we're at to 0.236, that's an 11% gain if that does end up happening. So you know what you want to do in this game, guys, is put the odds in your favor. Remember, it's not gambling when you put the odds in your favor. That's the thing. So you want to devise a plan to the upside, devise a plan to the downside. You want to have your risk to reward ratios, all your oscillators. What are they showing more bullish things? Are they showing more bearish things? It's all about putting the odds in your favor. And then when things don't work out your way, or it looks like the market's going against you, cut those losses real quick. Look for the next trade. And when you have winners, let them run, guys, and protect yourself with those break-even stops or slightly below that, so you don't lose a lot of money and you don't end up getting wrecked, guys. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They over leverage themselves and they bet more than they should on one single trade, and they don't put stop losses, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you have a huge problem. Okay? And then the last thing, guys, I wanted to show you an example of this 200-day moving average, how powerful it is to the upside and the downside. So let's take a look at this. So once XRP, guys, you can see here, we fell and then we had a reaction back up. Once we fell through this 200-day moving average, besides this long wick here, we were basically below this 200-day moving average since May 8th, 2018. So basically for an entire year, we were under this, and now we're finally back up above it. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Like on Bitcoin and Litecoin, we're in that intermediate term bullish uptrend. And with an intermediate term bullish uptrend, that's between 3 and 6 months, right in that range. You can go a little bit farther past. Some guys will take an intermediate term uptrend or whatnot out to a year, and then they'll start the long term. But that's the key of what we have to do. We have to get back into that long-term bullish uptrend, to where each time you see those big massive dips that are coming in, you want to be buying those because you're having higher highs and higher lows. And that's the type of thing at least that I'm looking for, guys. That's what I want to pay very close attention to. Next thing here, we're going to take you out to the 1 week chart and see if anything looks different with these moving averages. Okay. So guys, with these moving averages right here, it's looking like we have the 50. I'm sorry, we are right on the 50 moving average right here, guys. This is in blue, if you take a look at this. So this is going to be an important close for this week. We want to close up above this 50 moving average. We don't want to be back below it, guys. You can see on this candle, this bullish belt hold line, very strong candle. We ended up wicking up to that 100 moving average before we started to get pushed back down, and there was all that profit taking that was taking place. And we're also up above that 20-day EMA on this 1 week chart, guys, so that's good. And then you can kind of see where I had this support line drawn, and this was at around 27 cents. So we came all the way down. We were up here around 88 cents, guys. Came down to around this 27, tried an attempt to go back up again, hit the bottom again, blasted up, hit it again. And you can see we hit it again over here. So that's very significant that this is looking like very strong support right there, guys, and that would make sense. You know, we've had a few different times over here where we've hit it as well, but this kind of looks like that was the bottom here, guys, and now we're slowly starting to make a move back to the upside. And it's all about market cycles. Whoever tells you that it's not about market cycles, they're crazy, guys, because market cycles tend to repeat themselves. And that's what you're having here, just how we had this big bullish uptrend here and then a bear market. Now what we're trying to do, guys, we're starting this formation again to where we're starting to shake out and we're starting to see some type of accumulation that's going on in like larger investors. They're really looking for these opportunities. So guys, keep an eye on the 1 week chart as well. Whenever you see something like this, do you see this candle, this bearish engulfing candle here, guys? So this candle, this red candle is engulfing this green candle right here. This was a huge sign to get out. And even if you would have got out at that close, that was at $1.84. And look how low we ended up going, guys, down around that 27, 26 cent range. So it's pretty significant, and you just want to pay attention to this stuff, guys. But that's what I'm looking for. We're up above that 200-day. We're looking for a golden cross. We're going to see if there's some things that are going to take place for XRP here. So God bless each and every one of you. Take care. I appreciate you being here, and have a happy Friday, my friends.